Here's another resin Dutch pour technique that I'm going to create with Craftor Fast Cure resin. Instead of going straight into the painting, I figured I'd do a little unboxing because Craftor was so nice to send me this Fast Cure resin to try out. The package comes, of course, with the A and B resin. There's some resin colorants there. I believe there's 5 different colors. I'm not sure if they're resin inks or don't know alcohol inks. It just says resin colorant, but it's kind of the basic colors. And there's 2 sizes of measuring cups. The small ones have a little spout on them. And of course, when I'm unboxing something, I have to knock something over. Almost the camera, too. But anyhow, there's also other stuff in the package. There's some gloves and pipettes and sticks, and also a decent sized set of sample mica powders. Oh, there's the instructions. I was really surprised to see the mica powders, and I just also got a free set of 24 different colors from them, but these came with the Fast Cure resin. And this resin has a 20 to 30 minute working time, demolds in 4 hours, 8 to 10 hours for a full cure, which is 50% faster than normal resin. And this is only available on their website. They do offer free shipping on orders over $39. And if you use our discount code Crystal20, you'll get 20% off. So now we're going to go into the pour. I'm just using board there. Kevin just cut me some wood. These were test pieces. I actually did these pieces before I created the video or the pour that I did in video number 141. So there was much more trial and error here. And this is actually the second pour I did with it. The first one's going to be following it. But you just need to have enough resin down to coat your board. And you can use any resin calculator you find online. You just measure your piece, the length and the width, and look for a flood coat. Whatever they tell you, it's too much. So you could do a little bit less. I always had enough of resin left over. And then you want to use the torch to get rid of the bubbles. And when you're working with the wood or bringing resin to the edge, resin always tends to want to pull in. This isn't so bad, but you want to tease the resin off over the sides. And here I've picked 5 colors again. I have a metallic purple on the back. That's actually the 6th color. There's a bright green, a very deep blue, an orange, a white, and then a bronze color, even though it looks kind of gold. And I didn't put a lot down. You'll see in the first video, which comes next, even though I'm doing this one first, I did more of a puddle pour, where here I'm drizzling it, and I probably could have used some more colors, or more of the colors. And here you just take a blow dryer on the cool setting, and I have a nozzle on there, and you blow the colors out over the edges. And what I found, I think I said this in the other video, when you do this pour with acrylic paint, the paint is so thin, you have to be on the low speed. I had to go on the high speed with this resin because it is so thick, as you can see as I'm pouring it out there. I thought this was a cute size though. I said, well, I'll just do 3 little blooms right in a row. And of course, how hard you push down with the air into the center makes a difference. How hard you blow it off the end makes a difference. And again, there I'm still kind of just drizzling it. You'll see in the next painting that I do, I have the bigger puddles. And I think the amount of resin you put down matters too, because you want to have enough to spread out, but not too much that you're wasting it all by going over the edges. And it does tend to look kind of blobby at first, but it does pull in on itself. See, that one is moving a little bit freer. And as I kept doing this, I have done so many of these right now. See my color sitting off there to the left? I ended up blowing all of them over during one of these pours, which was pretty hilarious. I just had resin going everywhere. That's why in the video 141, I had it on a turntable so I could get to it easier. This is just sitting up on little paint risers to get it off the table. But there's the third one. As you can see, even though it's all the same colors, they just bloom, that's the quote unquote, in different ways. I love that purple color. These colors, I just lucked out on making these choices. I usually obsess over choosing colors, like what's going to go good together. But the green and the purple and the orange are just fabulous. I couldn't stop using them. That's why I tried this in like 3 or 4. I don't even know how many different resins I've done this with, and it works out great in all of them. But for this one, we're using Bond Craftor Fast Cure resin. And as you see, that one looks a little too mica-ish. It was not mica, it's a metallic powder, but it does close up. And for some reason, I felt the need to add a little line there. I don't know why. I only added, I think, the blue and the orange. Maybe I put the white in. I don't know. It just blows right off the end eventually. But like I said, Bondcrafter is only selling this fast cure resin on their website. They do not sell it in their Amazon store. So if you want to check this out, be sure to use our code Crystal20 and it'll get you 20% off. And they do offer free shipping over $39. But isn't that cute? It's just a little panel. And there I just was teasing some resin or popping a bubble with a toothpick. And now we're going to move on to the bigger piece. I'm going to use the same colors on a larger 12 by 12 wood cradle board. And this was actually the very first pour I did with these colors, and I did not have enough of that purple on the background. You live and you learn. The wood will show through, and with this metallic, since it's thinner colors, not that you could really see the board through it, but it just wasn't a solid color. Like in that other video, 141, I think I had a deeper blue that really gave a solid background. In any case, it turned out pretty, and I'm just doing more of a puddle pour here. Kind of like you do a puddle pour in resin. It is resin, but this is the same way that you do it with paints as well. But no paint was involved. And I think with this, I start off really slow. I need to change my camera angles here so you can actually see what I'm doing. Here's where I turned it up on high. And I can't tell you, I'm guiding my cord there because I ended up getting that in the resin. I dunked the nozzle in the resin. I don't have a very large working area, which I need to change, but working in tight spots. Those little cups of resin are just sitting quite patiently there. This isn't the time I knock them all over. And there, again, it looks like the metallic powder is making a big blob, but just wait, it does change. If you go back and forth, fast forwarding through the video, you'll see it actually moving in on itself. I just love cells. And I got into this, like I'd said in my other video, I was trying to fix pieces that the tops didn't work out on, and you can't do this technique on small areas. The bigger the area, the better. Like these were the best blooms that I got, and this is 12 by 12 inches. I'm a little scared to try something bigger, but I eventually want to go more rectangular. But what's cool is these blooms didn't bleed into each other either. Oh, and you do use a heat gun to get more cells. This board I have up, I have those little painting stands, which I didn't show. They're just push pinned into the bottom of this to keep it off the table itself. And here I'm ever so carefully blowing that out. And you see how it doesn't go into the next one? I'm really not that careful. I just think the resin didn't do it. But another thing too, you don't want to go over the same area twice, which I've learned with paint. And learned the hard way with resin as well. But you're just kind of teasing it. And that hairdryer is going full blast. And see how slow that resin is still moving? I think I come in for a close-up on this. Take the camera down on top of it. But as you can see, that top one, the metallic powder is closing in. See how much that's changed? I just love this cell action. I think these colors are so beautiful. I would spend an hour looking at this. I'm just trying to give you guys a closer up look. I even like where the colors didn't blend, where the green just pops off that purple background. I'm completely mesmerized by these cells, and I will keep doing more pieces like this. I hope you guys liked both samples of this resin Dutch pour technique.